Hi guys, welcome to Titostutor, your math pedagogue. In today's video, we're going to learn how to use tree diagrams in probability to solve complex problems. Okay, so sometimes solving problems in probability can be made easier with the use of the tree diagram. What is tree diagram? Tree diagram is a set of connected lines, each looking like the branch of a tree. The branches of the tree show different ways of choosing events, with the related probability given as fractions. All right, here is our first example to show you how tree diagrams can be used to solve probability questions. A pot contains 3 green beads and 4 red beads, all of the same size, so there's no bias. Remember, 3 green and 4 red, making 7 beads in the bag. 2 beads are drawn from the pot without replacement. Draw a tree diagram to show the total sample space. Now, remember that it is 2 beads that were drawn. And also remember that whenever you pick 1 bead, right, you don't replace it. So your sample space will change from 7 to 6 each time you pick a bead. So let's see how to draw the tree diagram of this example. First, you will note that your choices are 2. You have the first choice and you have the second choice because it was 2 beads that were drawn from the bag. So I'll start by writing first choice, and here I write my second choice. Okay, on my first choice I'll draw a line. On the second choice, I'll also draw a line. Okay, so now let's draw this tree diagram by starting with a point here that represents our bag. If I draw the first bead and the second bead. For the first choice, it is possible that my first bead is a green, G for green, and my second bead is a red, green, red, R for red. Okay, so how many beads are green? 3. How many sample space do I have? 7. So my first choice is 3 out of 7, but choosing a green bead. Now, if I want to choose a red bead, the probability of choosing a red bead at first could be is going to be 4 over 7 because there are 4 red beads. So I've made my first choice, either a green or a red. Now that I have made my first choice, I will have to remember that this question says that there's no replacement. So my sample space is going to change from 7 to 6 in my second choice. Now, if my first choice was a green, my second choice from this point will also be either a green or a red. And if it was a red, I chose first. My second choice will still either be a green or a red. Do you understand? So if you have that, you come to your second point here. This is your first point choice, choosing either a green or a red. But to get your second choice, you have to consider that what if it was a green, I chose first? What if it was a red, I chose first, right? So if it was a green, I have a second chance of choosing either a green again or red. So for this point, if it was a green I chose without replacement, my green from 3 is now 2. And my 7 for my sample space is now 6. So to choose a green again after choosing green first is 2/6. Now, to choose a red after choosing green first, my red is still 4 because it was green I chose first. So I didn't choose a green. So for the second choice, my green is still 4, but my sample space is now 6 because I didn't replace the green I chose at first. So that's why the probability of choosing a red for my second choice is going to be 4/6. Okay, so let's go to, if my first choice was a red, this first one we did for our second choice was a green as our first choice. So if I had chosen a red at first, so the probability for my second choice will either be a green again or a red. Remember that it was a red I chose at first. So for choosing a green at the second time, my green still remains 3, not 2 again. It was 2 here because it was green I chose first and I didn't replace it. So I'm left with 2 greens. But here I chose a red, so my green is still intact. 3 of them. So, but my sample space, remember, I didn't replace it, so my sample space will change to 6. So here I have 3/6 for picking a red at my second choice. Okay, so look at this one. If I decide that it is a red I want to pick again, I have I've picked red the first time, so my red from 4 will turn to 3 and my sample space will be 6. So now let's trace this probability of picking 2. I picked green and I picked green again, so the probability here is green. The probability here was a green and a red, so it is green red. The probability here is a red and a green, so first choice red, second choice green. The probability here is a red and a red, so here is a red and a red. Okay, so now we have our tree diagram all drawn. We can use this tree diagram to answer any probability question on this. For example, find the probability that both beads are green. The first one is green, the second one is green. So green, 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 green. I choose the first one, 3/7, and the second one, 2/7. All I need to do is multiply these two probabilities together and I get a probability of getting green and green. So this tree diagram can be used to answer complex probability questions. If you have learned how to draw tree diagram, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, share with anyone that may need it, and join me in my next video. See you.